Hello everyone, it's Reggie from Nintendo here, and I want to welcome you back to another episode of a Nitro Direct. We're already off to a great start this year with the KO the Kangaroo series, Lisa fan games, and even the long-awaited Off review, including Punky Skunk as well. That was a really good one. There's more to come, but first, we've got a huge announcement for you here today. Please take a look at this trailer.
My name is James Llewell. You most likely know me from my web series Nitro Rad, a video series discussing and doing retrospectives on platformers, RPG Maker games, and whatever else in between. Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. Ever since elementary school and my friend Robbie showed me his video camera, we'd get together after school and make home videos. This continued even into high school with my friends doing sketch comedy on a YouTube channel called Garanicore. After graduating high school, I attended a film college hoping to make my dream of becoming a real filmmaker true, you know? It was in college that I started Nitro Rad. I'd work on each new episode after classes. It was great practice. It gave me an excuse to play some games I never got around to and to replay some of my favorite classics like Gex and Rayman. I learned a lot about editing, narration, and documentary filmmaking. Never really thought it would go anywhere, but those subscribers started to pick up, slowly but surely. I began taking it more and more seriously, putting more and more effort into each episode. I was always content with the idea of running this channel as a hobby while working a real film job during the day, whether that be a TV set or a news station or whatever. But shortly before I graduated, something terrible happened. Stephen McNeil, the current premier of my province, canceled the province's film tax credit. Long story short, this crippled Nova Scotia's film industry, leaving any hope of me finding a job in the film industry here in the dust. I could move out of the province in search of work, but that would mean leaving my family and friends behind, and living on my own too. I was only 21 years old, and I was far from having the whole adult thing figured out. So, what did I do? I started working as a cashier. It was the only thing I could do. I was suddenly $30,000 in student debt with no film job to show for it. I've been working minimum wage for over 2 years now, but it hasn't been a total waste. I've spent paycheck after paycheck on better film equipment, buying lenses for my camera, real lighting gear, and a very expensive PC for advanced editing and rendering. Despite kinda having my dreams crushed and being stuck with an extremely stressful retail job, I never gave up on my dream of being a filmmaker. I started taking Nitro Rad even more seriously. I mean, I had to work on something film related, keep practicing and practicing for the day that I would finally land a film job. Until I kinda realized, this is it. This is my film job. This is what I've wanted to do my entire life. It's not in the form of something I always imagined. I'm not working for somebody, but rather for myself, producing and publishing content completely on my own. The only problem is YouTube really doesn't pay well. At my current subscriber count, I earn maybe $400 a month if I manage to crank out 3 or more videos that month. I'd love nothing more than to quit my retail job and do this full time, but I can't do that, unfortunately. I need the money. Student loans, rent, food. It all costs a lot more than only $400 a month. I've had a lot of people ask me to make a Patreon, and I've never felt comfortable with the idea. I've been so afraid of being labeled an e-beggar by everybody and losing respect from the vast majority of my audience. There's no way I'd ever feel comfortable collecting money from my viewer base for free. I've literally been thinking about this for almost a year, and I kinda thought now, what if I created extra content in exchange for your support? Access to PSD files for my thumbnails, blooper reels and outtakes, maybe even an original podcast between Brady and myself. It sounded like a lot more work at first, but if it means quitting my retail job and doing this full time, well, then it sounds like a dream come true. This is gonna sound really lame because what exactly am I doing? I'm reviewing video games on the internet, but this series has a special place in my heart. It's one of the only things I've ever done or have created that has reached so many people and has gathered such amazingly kind words from fans. And there's nothing I would love more than to do this full time. If I can hit $500 on Patreon, Canadian mind you, I'll be able to quit my job and do Nitro Rad full time. But I can't do this alone. I need your help, so I ask, will you support me on my journey? I'm cheesing it up and making this sound as lame as possible, but will you join me on my quest to become the best YouTuber I can be? If the answer is no, that's fine. Nothing will change. I'll continue creating Nitrorad at the rate and quality I already do, but if the answer is yes, that means more videos. A lot more videos. I've come a long way. Video after video, I've gotten better and better at what I do, and with your support, I'll be able to shoot even higher. Donating as little as $1 a month will earn you access to those PSD files, blooper reels, and our brand new monthly podcast, the Nitro Cast. I'm ready to reach for the stars. I mean, they look far now, but with your help, I'll get there for sure.
Nitrorad Patreon.
That's right, we're finally launching a Nitrorad Patreon. Patrons will receive access to PSD files, blooper reels and outtakes, and even a brand new monthly podcast featuring Nitrorad and myself. High-paying patrons will receive nude photos of Brady... James, what the hell is this? Aside from the Patreon, we're moving on into October, and we're going to be announcing 2 more titles for the upcoming Halloween Marathon. We already announced Eternal Darkness, but we got 2 more titles here for the Wii. Keeping it Nintendo-themed. I don't know anything about these, James. Moving on into November and December, in celebration of Mario Odyssey's release, we'll be doing a 3D Mario Marathon, covering the titles of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and 3D World, finishing it off with Mario Odyssey. We hope you look forward to this lineup. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Nitro Direct. That was spooky! Oh,
I broke that. Wow.
man, they weren't lying about the durability in Breath of the Wild.
I made this in like grade 7, this wooden Master Sword, and I just broke a chunk off the bottom. That's just kind of been up there for years.
That's a powerful thing. That's
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Moving on into November. Moving on into November and December. Yeah. I know. I got
it. I couldn't stop saying that.
Yeah.
I got it. Every time I'd get something, I'd be like, I got it. I got it.